Gordon, here we are, far in Babylon, epitomising this incredible story. You're in the middle of it. What's your sort of instant reaction to the whole sort of story that's taken place here?
Well, I don't have to star and roll it in. That's disappointing. No, but yes, I suppose it does depict the West Indies cricket over that era where we had that success. Yeah, but there are a few things perhaps could have been incorporated into all of that. It's a lot of action in there, but it's a few sort of personal stories of individuals who played would have perhaps completed the whole movie. But it was, I think it was very nice. I saw it for the first time last night, by the way, and yes, I enjoyed it quite a bit.
A lot of players at this time, mid-1970s, actually making their Test debut, so actually playing cricket as young men, just looking to play for the West Indies. Now, in itself, that's, I guess, the top tier to aim for as a young man. Did you realise it was going to be so important over the years and sort of the role that you all played?
Well, at the beginning, of course, coming into West Indies cricket, you had a lot of great players that you would have seen, some not met, but you would have seen them play and would have loved to have met them and to get some advice from them. At the time, really, you wouldn't have known how important that would have been. So perhaps your game might have taken even a different twist had you done so. But one of the things we look on now is whether or not the present players feel that way about those who played yesteryear. I'm not certain that they have that affinity with those players or with us, because I'm part of that era. So they perhaps feel either left out or that they can't approach us or communicate with us. But that's not true. I think the past players perhaps may not want to go and put themselves on the line because you're not quite sure what reception you'll get. So you would wait for the players to come to you. And I think they're the ones who want the help. They're the ones who want the help. So I think they should make the initial move. But no, I think in time to come, they perhaps will regret not actually sort of wanted to embrace what took place before, because they came along and found a situation that was ready-made for them. It was up to them to then continue what was there. So, and perhaps, I don't know if they feel as hurt as we do seeing what's happening. I don't know.
There's almost been another era since sort of the Ambrose Walsh era, if you like. But going back to when it all started, this is where it all started from, and probably important for all the players to realise that wearing the badge is the most important thing.
Yes, representing the West Indies is very important. I mean, they need to realize that. How much they do, I'm not certain, because in recent times you get the feel that there's more happening in the office than out there on the field of play, and that's where it all happens. When the people pay the money to go there and sit and watch the game, they want to be entertained. They want to know that the people who they come in to watch have paid to come and watch are putting in the effort. You may not be successful on the day or for a period of time, but I think they recognize when you're actually sort of putting in the effort, and in recent times they've not been seeing it.
You mentioned putting in the effort there. Would you prefer to have been a starring role as one of the quick bowlers?
Definitely not. No, it was hard enough being a batsman. No, I think it was great with those guys. I think if I can say wholeheartedly about the guys and saying when we practiced, it was almost like a match itself, because they were getting their rhythm and so on right, and they felt that if we could actually survive and and perform well and practice well and so on, we had a more than good chance of actually sort of producing the goods against our opposition. So of course, when we practice, it was like a battle within itself. So yeah, I'm glad to be on that side rather than the opposition side, that's for sure.
Well, it's fighting fire with fire, isn't it? But you had a very successful career yourself. Just thinking back to much of the cricket you played, be it for Hampshire, West Indies, Is there a game that stands out that you would have said that's the best game of cricket I've ever been involved in?
Perhaps no one game. But I would say it's not just the games that where you score hundreds on or at the time in that game that would perhaps be paramount in your memory. Because there are games where the 70s and so on, given the situation of the game, the climate that you were playing in at the time, would give you just as much satisfaction. I don't look back and gloat on those things perhaps the way some people do. And most of the time when I'm reminded of some of those innings, then they start to replay in your mind. But that's gone. I try to look ahead and try to be proactive now than just gloating on the past success and so on. So try to sort of look for new avenues, new grounds, and as you get older as well too, yeah, they're not as many as they were before, and you need to enjoy what's happening the rest of your life.
Fantastic. Okay, well, just to finish on last question, one innings that maybe does stand out, the double hundred at Lords, was that one of your best innings? Or was it something that just the ball was particularly that day the size of a football? Was it a mindset? There was something about it and where you played in a particularly special way?
No, it's just one of those things. You know, sometimes you play an innings and you can replay it in your memory. This happened. It happened. Literally happened. It wasn't a planned situation where we would have been placed in a position in the dressing room where, guys, we can do this, and if we reach this stage, then we will do that, and then if we haven't lost many wickets, then we will try to force the issue. No, it wasn't. You go out there, you play what you see, you try to get yourself in a position, and that's it. Then you take it from there. And it was up to an individual or any individual who actually was at the time playing well. And most of the time in most team situations, especially with us, we like to think that if your two batsmen out there and one is playing well, you give obviously most of the initiative to the other guy and let him go. And you hope not to get out as well, because cricket is a situation where you get two guys who are actually sort of flowing well, and all of a sudden both of them gets out. And then two new batsmen come in. That's time being used and overs and so on. So it's like starting all over again. But it was a situation where you had to carry it on, and as long as you get into the groove and the mode, you just kept on going, and it happened for us.
Listen, we wish you well, and hopefully the film will inspire the next generation of West Indian cricketers.
I certainly hope so too.